Alright, so this lesson, solving equations and formulas, or also known as linear equations. Alright, so here's our first example. ax minus b equals c. And we're solving this equation for x. Before we start solving this one, let's take a look at the side one here. This is 3x minus 5 equals 7. This is just a normal two-step equation, and you're solving for x. How would you solve this equation? It's 3x minus 5 equals 7. What would you do first?
Add 5.
Okay, good. So my objective here is to isolate the x, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So I got 3x equals 7 plus 5, 12. Almost there. My next step,
Divide both sides by 3.
excellent. Divide both sides by 3, isolating my x again. X equals 4. All right. Now, if we look at this example here, ax minus b equals c, we're solving for x. All right, there's no numbers here, it's all variables. Okay, you do everything the same way. Since I'm solving for x, let's isolate the x. So my first step here would be to add b. Okay, add b to both sides. Except here, when I add b to both sides, I'm going to bring down my ax. Ax equals, well, I can't put the b and c together yet. Just leave them out there. So c plus b. All right, so I can't combine the c and b yet. Just leave them c plus b. And then my last step here, I'm isolating my x, so I want to solve for x, getting rid of the a. How do I get rid of the a? Good, divide both sides by a. So now this becomes x equals the quantity c plus b divided by a. And the parentheses in this case are optional. So very similar, yes? Except you have a little bit less. You don't have to add any numbers up. Just put them together, divide. Okay, let's look at another example. 7x plus 3y equals m. And you're solving this equation for y. Again, my first step is to isolate the y. So what should I do first? I'm going to get this 3y by itself. What should I do first? Minus what? Subtract what? 7x. Okay, so I'm going to take the 7x and bring it to the other side. So I got 3y equals m minus 7x. Again, you can't combine them. You don't know what m and x are yet. And in my last step, I want to solve for y. I don't want 3y, I just want y. What's my last step?
Divide by 3.
Excellent, divide both sides by 3. So here I have y equals m minus 7k divided by 3. Oh, 7x, sorry. It turned into a k somewhere. So m minus 7x divided by 3. Okay, let's take a look at another one. 2x plus b equals c. Solving for x. Okay, so this is very similar to the first one. 2x plus b equals c. What would be my first step here?
Subtract b from both sides.
Good, subtract b from both sides. So here I have 2x equals c minus b. And then my last step here, I don't want 2x, I just want x. What's my last step? Last step.
Divide 2 by both sides.
Excellent, divide both sides by 2. So x equals c minus b divided by 2. Now in this case, this one's very important. The c minus b, okay, the c was on this side first, so it stays first. Okay, you can't interchange those. You can't say b minus c. I'll give you a different answer. Alright, the c was here first, so it stays there. So I'm subtracting b from both sides, so c minus b.
Can we do negative b plus c?
You can also do that, okay? You could actually do negative b plus c if you wanted to, but remember the b is going to be negative, the c will be positive. Excellent. Here's another one. X times the quantity of 1 plus y equals z, and you're solving for x. X times the quantity of 1 plus y equals z, solving for x. Okay, so this is x times the quantity of 1 plus y. I want to just solve for x. So if this was 3x equals z, how would you solve for x here? If this was 3 times z, how would you solve for x here?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3, excellent. If this was x times y equals z, how would you solve for x here? If this was x times y equals z, how would you solve for x? Divide by y, excellent. So this is x times the quantity 1 plus y equals z. How do I solve for x here? Distributing would be one option, but it's actually going to create more trouble. divide by the quantity 1 plus y here. Alright, so this is just a number multiplied by another number. So let's divide this by 1 plus y. What I do to one side, do to the other. Divide this side by 1 plus y. The whole quantity 1 plus y simplifies, and you're just left with x equals z divided by the quantity 1 plus y. Alright, so you can divide through by a whole quantity. Remember, because this quantity just represents one number. Okay, a couple more examples. 16z plus 4x equals y. 16z plus 4x equals y. Alright, so I'm solving for x. I want to isolate this x. What's my first step here? I want to isolate the x. Okay, I'm going to subtract 16z from both sides. Good. My 16z's go away, so I got 4x equals y minus 16z. And my last step here, solving or isolating the x. I don't want 4x, I just want x. Last step.
Y minus 16z over.
Good. Divide both sides by 4. Excellent. And you're left with x equals y minus 16z divided by 4.
Wait, could you make it 4 over 1?
4 over 1. You could also write this as x equals 1/4 times y minus 16z. Right, dividing by 4 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/4.
But could you do it y minus 4z over 1 because it's like 16 and 4?
Simplifying these? No. Okay, the question was, can I simplify the 4 and the 16 together like this? You cannot. You can only do that if all three of them, if you had a 4 in front of the y, and you could simplify all three of them, then you can do that. But if only one of the terms, then you cannot. Alright, and the last one. A equals, actually there's two more. A equals h times the quantity a plus b divided by 2, and we're solving for h here. Alright, what do you think? What do you think first step?
Multiply by 2.
Yeah, let's get rid of this fraction first. So let's multiply both sides by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. My 2's will simplify, so now I'm left with 2 times a equals h times the quantity of a plus b. So get rid of your fraction first in this case. So 2 times a, multiplying both sides, 2 times a equals h times the quantity a plus b. I'm solving for h. Our next step here. Yeah, divide by the quantity a plus b. Get rid of both of them at one time. Divide this side by a plus b. Simplifies, h equals 2 times a over a plus b. Okay, next one is going to be one that you're going to see a million times, especially in science. The formula for Celsius, C equals 5/9 times Fahrenheit minus 32 degrees. And this is when you're converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so the formula is in Celsius, and you want to convert this to Fahrenheit. You have C equals 5/9 times the quantity F minus 32. And again, you're solving for F. What do I want to do first? What can I do first? One more time. 7 over 32. Okay, close. You can divide by 5/9, or you can multiply by 9/5, which is called the reciprocal. Okay, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 9/5. Okay, and this will give me 9/5 C. These will simplify, equals F minus 32. Getting closer. I have my 9/5 C equals F minus 32. I just want my F. How do I solve for just F? Excellent. Add 32 to both sides. So now I have F equals 9/5 C plus 32. and that's converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit.